Hi, down. Attention.
Attention, absolutely.
He's proving our point.
No, Sudhakar, you notice him, he will not look this way, that way. Like this, straight.
Yeah. Like a horse with blinkers.
Yes.
See, that's how Vinod John is looking now.
He disappeared. No, he's come back.
No, he's there.
Just because you can't see me, doesn't mean I can hear everything.
He's hiding behind that statue of his.
Hi.
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 Cinema, how was the celebration?
I couldn't get the volume. I couldn't get the volume at all in that. I tried with my phone, No, why I couldn't get the speech?
I know,
audio.
Sridhar, that's why you logged in, you went out again, so
Yeah,
we couldn't make it.
out because I couldn't get the audio there. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying.
We wanted you to be quiet.
Huh?
We wanted you to be quiet.
Yeah, I know. I most of the talking you do, boss. Thanks a lot, boss. Thanks a lot for
Yeah. How was the celebration?
Okay. As muted as I had the two of my daughters in the this thing, iPad. So the pujari was blessing us and then blessing the iPad, blessing us and blessing the iPad. So,
very nice.
That was a nice thing.
The new normal.
New normal. Yeah.
New normal. Okay.
Hi, Gargi.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening. Bharat also, we've got, I think, Damu statue. Go statue. Vinod is here. Yes. Hi, Vinod.
The real Vinod is here.
Yeah.
Even Bharat is there now.
Hi, Bharat.
Hi, Gargi. How are you doing?
Good.
Looking nice.
That's the original you, right? Okay.
Bharat is looking warm and comfortable.
Warm and comfortable. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Hey, Ram, smile, man.
Wait.
Not yet.
I'm
on.
Hey, hi. Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, I'm on. Good evening.
Good evening. Hey, Ram is not as happy as NS here for him to smile.
Secretary, it's already 7:30.
Yes. Program chair, your speaker hasn't logged in as yet.
I know, I saw that. I'll just call him.
Yep.
Hey, Saurabh, you had forgotten to send him the link itself.
No, I sent him.
I sent today. He called me saying he has not received the link.
I sent him the link. Plus, I sent him the poster. Both I sent him.
He said he had received the poster, but not the link. Anyway, I've sent it to him.
You sent it to him. Okay.
What 7:30?
Yeah.
Everyone, and so this is our 22nd meeting, right?
Right.
Yes. 22nd meeting. Welcome everyone for this wonderful meeting. While we wait for the speaker, we can start the meeting and start making the announcements. Any guests today?
Suresh has seen the message, but he hasn't confirmed. I think if he logs in, probably you can see him and then welcome him. Yeah, he has logged in, Ravi Shankar Dakoju.
Okay.
So, wonderful. Welcome.
Ravi, there is a guest from the president of Orchard.
President of Orchard, Dwarka.
Ramesh Chari.
Oh, okay, so he must be the past president.
No, it says
Wonderful.
president of Orchard. Yep. Anyway.
Yeah,
Must
it's a
be
president.
Yeah. So welcome everyone for the 21st meeting, and welcome President Chari. Greetings from Rotary Cantonment to Orchards. Welcome our speaker Ravi Shankar. He is already logged in. Gargi, may I invite you to make your regular announcements, please?
Okay. Well, guys, it's birthday and wedding anniversary Bonami this week. We have got 26th, Rotarian Shabir celebrates his birthday. Then 26th, Rotarian Nanda and Shashikala celebrate their wedding anniversary. Then again, Rotarian Shabir and Nazneen celebrate their wedding anniversary on 26th. 29th, Rotarian Radhi and Ramkumar celebrate their wedding anniversary. And 30th, Rotarian Samir and Ira celebrate their wedding anniversary. Samir has, I think, disappeared. Okay. Now, International Committee has its monthly meeting on Friday at 7:30 p.m. And Vocational Committee meeting is on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Details are already shared by the respective directors. That's all from Secretary's desk.
Well, many congratulations. Many congratulations to all the birthday boys, girls, and the couples. And may I invite past President D. Venkatesh to introduce the speaker.
Ravi, I think we missed the invocation, so we go on without the invocation. I think Cherian sent a message. Do we go on with the invocation?
I didn't see, unfortunately. Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's go ahead with the invocation. My apologies if I missed the. Who is doing the invocation?
No, I think what you usually have is the silent invocation, or
1 minute silence.
My apologies. I thought you had a special invocation because Cherian had sent them.
Okay, so shall I go ahead, or are we having an invocation?
Yeah, we will have that 1 minute silence, please, for world peace and all the COVID deaths. My apologies. Thank you, Past President Venkatesh. May I invite you now to go ahead and introduce the speaker.
Yeah, thank you, President. President, Secretary, and friends in Rotary. It is indeed truly a privilege to introduce a multifaceted Rotarian extraordinaire. Must thank Swarup for giving me this privilege. Ravi Shankar Dakoju is the 7th child of Kamlesh Dakoju and Indra Kamlesh. Born in 1955, he had a difficult childhood and has worked his way up from milking cows to being able to earn scholarships to finish his studies. He is a BA graduate with a diploma in marketing and business management. And he is the managing director of Hara Housing, a land development company. He is also a mentor for young entrepreneurs and is into farming, has a tea plantation in Ooty. He was the president of Rotary Orchards in 2018-19, and he has been a very major donor for the flagship project of Rotary Orchards, which is the Chaitanya Senior Citizens Home. He is also responsible for Rotary Orchards building a government school at Vasant Nagar very recently at a cost of rupees 4 crores. His foundation, the Paula and Ravi Shankar Foundation, has built a Liaison Friendship School in Manipur, which they run with 350 students. His other areas of involvement include health and sanitation, senior citizens, a tree plantation, animal welfare, lake rejuvenation, and support to physically challenged children. Currently, he is involved with the Happy Children's Project for the Rotary Orchards. The icing on the cake, as all of you are aware, is during his presidentship in Rotary Orchards, he became the first Indian to announce a single largest contribution from India to Rotary Foundation of 100 crores, US dollars 14.7 equivalent. It is the second largest contribution to the Rotary Foundation after the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Yesterday, I just rang up Ravi and asked him whether that I had received his biodata resume and whether he would like me to add any points. And especially, I wanted him to give me some of his lesser known facts, which I would like to share with our members. Today, he himself called me up and said, Venkatesh, these are a few points I would like you to mention. So some of his other passions are he is a very passionate music lover, a lover of Carnatic and classical music, which he used to sing along with his mother. And it goes up to African folk music. So, but not definitely Bollywood music. He was very particular about that. He said, you give me music and I'll walk to my soul. So that is his passion for music. His second great passion, which he wanted me to mention, is he's a great lover of animals, especially dogs. And he told me that he could live without his wife Paula, but not without his dogs. Anyway, since Paula is not here, it's okay, Ravi. He also has a great love for fish. And he's got a 9-foot aquarium in his house and has built a tank which is 60 by 20, mind you, 1,200 square feet with different kind of fish in his house. And his third passion is for pigeons, which he says that in his 10th standard, he failed because of his love for pigeons. He hails from the Vishwakarma community, who are essentially goldsmiths, and hence appreciates every form of art, especially paintings and sculpture. So these are the 3 points which he was very particular, or he wanted me to make a mention of, which is not otherwise in his biodata. He is happily married to Paula, who incidentally was in college with me. Of course, she was a little junior. I'm sure if Jasbir is there, he will also know. Who is his partner in everything. And they have a foundation after their name called the Paula and Ravi Shankar Foundation, through which they make their contributions and a lot of philanthropy. They have two lovely children, Ekta and Samta, whose names stand for equity, unity, and equality, which they follow very strongly. He is an agnostic and does not believe in caste, creed, or religion. He practices in what he believes. So, friends, you will see that he's truly a multifaceted personality. And we are indeed very proud of him being a Rotarian. Giving is in his blood. And in Indian parlance, a true karma yogi. It is my pleasure to present to you philanthropist, Rotarian past president, Ravi Shankar Dakoju. Thank you.
Thank you, Past President Venkatesh. Welcome, Lieutenant Ravi Shankar. It's a pleasure to have you over to our club. So please go ahead.
Club, Rotary Bangalore, Rotary Club of Bangalore.
Yeah.
I think past President Venkatesh has spoken. I don't think there's anything for me to tell. So everything else is spoken. And small corrections. That is, my father's name is Kamesh.
Yeah.
My father's name is Kamesh. Yes. You said Kamlesh.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, that's
sorry.
okay. That's perfect. That's all right. It's a small thing. And I didn't say that I don't like Bollywood music. I said I like any kind of music.
Yeah.
Including Bollywood. I'm passionate about any kind of music.
Accepted.
And I have this habit of Uti to Kunur. I go walking with the music with my partner BSN Hari and take the train back.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, in Goa, we from Kolwa to Madgaon, have breakfast and go back with music.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, so you really
Yeah,
love
I didn't prepare any special talk for this because I've been talking almost every day. I thought we're all neighbors and we live in the same city. I thought we could just talk things lightly because what Suresh Hari, my DG, PDG, the PDG, my DG and today's PDG told is, Ravi, you have to speak there. I mean, I have this, I don't know whether good habit or bad habit. I talk the truth. Many times I get into trouble because of that. He said, Ravi, Rotary Cantonment, they have a potential to donate, but they don't donate. You have to talk to them. So if you want to pull up, see as Suresh Hari, you can go ahead and do it because it's not easy because in New Jersey. So
that is why you're mentioning.
He's at the safe distance. So I said, whatever, because of COVID, we're not supposed to meet each other also. So even my hands are tied. I don't think much I can do. If you decide not to donate, that's it. Because I can't come also. Because COVID, they allow social distancing. So even if I come, I'll do namaste, stay 6 feet away and request you to donate. Anyway, so in fact, when Venkatesh said, I wanted certain unknown facts about you, they said about certain things. And some of the points you mentioned, Venkatesh, is I have not done much for, I have not done.
Call you later.
Sorry, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I have not done anything for physically challenged because we were supposed to start a manufacturing unit for artificial limbs. That got stuck in the way. In fact, for animals, I'm doing from much before this only. Health, I've not done much, so but that's also mentioned there. So, but basically, it's not happy home school. It is happy school. It's a Rotary Happy School. It's a project by internationally approved project, a happy school. That we have done 126 schools, not happy home. And these are the tree plantation. That's what we have done majorly. These are the things which we took up during thing. What we could achieve greatly is because of team effort of Rotary Bangalore Orchards. Because RC Bangalore, I'm recently joined 6 months back, but after 6 months, the COVID, we are not. We are planning big things like river rejuvenation and in Palar river rejuvenation. Palar has dried up, so we are tying up with Art of Living, and it's a huge project. We should be starting in the moment. Some of the things which are funny thing, when Venkatesh asked me, gave me some unknown facts, I also thought I could talk something like in Urdu, they say guftagu, that is, chatting. That's what I thought I could do with you. In Indore, that is, I think I'd gone to address their district conference. There one gentleman came. After I normally complete my talk. Normally there'll be standing ovation and selfies. That what Rotary is popular for, selfies. So I was coming out. One gentleman came, and he said, "Sir, I want to talk to you something personal." Then I said, "What is personal? That is Chhattisgarh. I don't have anything personal." I said, "What's it?" He said, "Sir, you donated so much." I said, "Yeah, tell me." I said, "I have a suggestion for you." I said, "What?" First he said, "I want to talk to you." Then he said, "Suggestion." What suggestion? "Sir, you should bargain with the Rotary International for a good post for you for having paid so much." I felt a little hurt also. Is it the culture we talk about in Rotary that when we want to donate, is it we want to bargain for posts, and it's more like a business. I didn't even feel like answering him. I felt hurt, the kind of emotions they have towards charity or donation. It's a tool. Donation is a tool where we can make a change. We can make we can touch lives. We can bring out a change in less fortunate people are less fortunate planet. What planet we are damaged, and many things we can animals. So we could do that. But the way the people look at it is something like a tool with which you can bargain. I think this is one sad and a funny incident. I don't know how we took it. And I went to Taiwan. Taiwan is one of the, when Gary Huang, the immediate past foundation chairman, he had invited me. Then I went there. He wanted me to be the chief guest for the TRF seminar. So I went there. I spoke with Paula. I spoke for 25, 30 minutes. Then I kissed Paula on the stage, thanking her because it's funny. Taiwan is a little conservative, community, and very, very sweet people. And I found their names were a little funny, which I've not spoken. I'm not making fun of something. This is very unusual names I came across. I travel a lot. In Rotary, there's something called aid. So what they do is, normally it'll be a couple. The moment we get down on the to any place, or couple, they come and receive us, and there it is their responsibility for us to, until we go back, until we take the flight back, it is their responsibility to take care of us. Even they'll have to wait near our hotel room, see that we go on time, and they see that we are comfortable, our luggage reaches, everything they take care, their lunch, our lunch, dinner, and all that. Wonderful couple, doctor couple. His name was Dr. Artho, is PDG, Artho. I said, Artho, I was uh, funny a person's name, Artho. What is known as Artho, the PDG Artho. Actually, he's an orthodontist. So he's known by that. And one more person he introduced, DG Elect. DG Elect is DG Elect Concrete, his name. I was wondering what concrete is. He's actually a structural engineer who actually built that atomic center in Taiwan, and he's a huge, big person, and his name was Concrete. Other one is uh, Fantasy. I thought Mr. Fantasy will come and receive you. I thought I'll be received by a beautiful girl. An old man came, big tummy, and he says, "I'm Fantasy." I found it funny, but anyway, I'm not supposed to show anything with all the seriousness. I said, "What?" He's an architect, so he does elevations. For elevations, he has to fantasize. So his name is Fantasy. Anyway, these are some funny incidents which I had not spoken anywhere. And in case you all go to international convention, Rotary International Convention, it's in Taipei. And you will meet many of them. They are wonderful people. Their cuisine is awesome. And we were really taken care. I think one of the finest people I've seen. And in fact, Gary also, Gary and his wife, both. See, during this, the subject what you have chosen, joy of giving. Joy of giving, I think I can say how it's a journey. It is not some one act or something. It's a journey, what you believe in, and how much you'd want to pay back. So during my year in Rotary Bangalore Orchards, we call that year as the year of giving back, because nobody is permanent. One, nobody has got anything from his mother's womb, because anybody who has made big anything survival, it's only because of the support of the society, the community they are living in, which are the part of it, either transferable, whatever it is, they are whatever they are. I mean, in fact, that is what my deep sense of gratitude to the society. That's exactly the reason why I chose to donate. It was a childhood inborn feeling of indebtedness to the society. In fact, I think Venkatesh forgot to mention, this is in my genes, because my father donated the entire family land, wealth, to Acharya Vinoba Bhave for for your freedom struggle. During freedom struggle, he donated the whole thing. And in case I want to go up, in case I happen to meet my father, I'm sure he's in heaven. If in case by mistake I go to heaven, I should be having the confidence to look into his eyes and say that, yes, I'm there. I've done something, I've done proud, and I have paid some portion of gratitude towards the society. And in this journey of giving back, so we did that Vasantnagar school. It was actually, it's in all knows Vasantnagar. It was a dilapidated building of 160 students, government school. So that we took it up, and we demolished the entire building. It was a load-bearing structure. It was almost falling apart, and that we demolished. We went. It was a marshy soil. I don't know, because you're all from a cantonment. You must be knowing that place. It was a lake bed near Ambedkar Bhavan. So there, the structure is very delicate because it's the marshy. the clay soil. So we had to go for double basement, tie beams, and did the structure. In 10.5 months, we delivered the structure, 20,000 square foot. Now 800 students can study there. It's one of the very well designed buildings, state of art. The structure, it's like a modern private building. The strength of the school went up Zoom. It went up very well. It was very well designed by my past president, Rotary Bangalore Orchards past president, Vishwanath. And during my term, the beauty of teamwork was shown, either fund collection or doing projects. I think each department we had a team. I think my mentor, Rotary mentor, Ramesh Chari, I don't know if he's there, and he is the one who stands by. He is 200% Rotarian. I would want to, by the end of my being Rotarian, even if I can be 50% of his, not even 50, 25% of his commitment to Rotary, I feel I'm a good Rotarian, such a good man. And he stands by quietly behind every president who becomes president for Rotary Bangalore Orchards, and he works behind quietly, and he says that the projects are completed. And he mobilized alone to the tune of 1 crore for different material, and whatever the tiles or cement or steel, whatever, and he quietly works, and he doesn't like to be mentioned anywhere. This is the kind of support he gives. Even after my talk, I'm sure I'll get a call from him, pulling my ear, and I'll get a dressing down immediately whenever I take his name. That kind of a person he is. But I think such people are very, very few in Rotary. And he, in turn, the kind of person he is, I think maybe 2-3% of the Rotary is there. Otherwise, Rotarians are filled with selfies and self-promotion, and they want to be seen everywhere. Whether they do work or not, they want to be mentioned. Then, and when I went to Ooty, they were called. Normally, I don't address clubs, whatever it is. Normally I don't address clubs. But normally I've been advised to address only districts. Here, Ooty, I had to address because one girl, when I went to the venue, school, I was received by a small girl with a flower, bunch of flowers. And I received it, I thanked, I went. Then I found something unusual in about that girl. I went back. Actually, she didn't have palms at all. There was no palms, only stubs were there. She gave the flowers like this. I just received it and went away. I felt so small, after walking away. I came back. I felt so sorry. And that's why the school authorities had asked her to be the one to receive me with flower bouquet. Then I went out to the stage, and my broken Tamil, I spoke a little bit. I did that. But when I wanted to thank her for being, receiving me with the flowers without having a palm, then she came. I called her to come, I said. And when I saw that she was finding it difficult to walk, I said she didn't have the feet also, Such a wonderful girl and smiling. So immediately I said I'll adopt her, not as adoption. I said I'll sponsor her for the entire her education, whatever she wants to study, doctor, engineer, IAS, whatever she wants to study. I think that these are small occasions. It's like a journey. Wherever you go, you have opportunities to touch lives. A similar one happened in Manipur, where we have built a school. See, friends, we built a school in Myanmar border. There's a border near the Myanmar. So the village called Singat Taluka, Kumunam village. There we have built a school. We spent about 32 lakhs or so. There was no school. The government school was only for accounts, to siphon out money from the government. And there were no students. The plants and shrubs are grown. It's only they show students, they show teachers, the teachers' salaries are paid, and they will be given midday meals also. Everything is on account, nothing is there. So I was asked to build a school. We built a school, and that school of 460 students is Myanmar border is a porous border. Some of the villages are shared by two countries. Also. One house is there; it falls in both the countries. That route is porous route. That's where the drugs trafficking happens. We are Myanmar and India. That's exactly where, because of that, the entire community in that was collapsing. There was no rule, not there was no order, there was no purpose, there was no future for the youth. There, I was asked to build. We went and built it. Now the transformation is so good. The entire village has stood up, and there, when we go there, there's a festival feeling, and the entire school is filled up. We are expanding now. We're expanding for others to come and join. So it is a journey what you enjoy when you share. The sharing becomes. I am from a joint family. I grew up in a joint family. We know the value of sharing. We as joint family members, we share. That's how we work out. And nowadays, with nuclear families, they don't know the value of sharing. They don't share. They become selfish. Self-centered, may not be selfish, self-centered. They don't know sharing. They may not, maybe they don't even understand the plight of people of have-nots. And when we come back for this, Chorachandpur is a district. There, in again Manipur, we went to a place. It is called Happiness Home, run by one Buddhist brother Ram. And that is, very funny. That is that there's about 40-45 children. All those children are HIV infected. They are born with HIV infection because either of their parents were HIV infected, or both their parents were HIV infected. They were born with HIV, so they are not sure how long they'll be alive. They may die within 2 years. Some of them, twins, very pretty twins. They were about 18, 20 years. Both they wanted to become air hostess. So that means their optimism and the dream, their passion is intact, and their smile, their laughter. We have everything. We still don't look half happy as they are. So that innocence of that Northeast is something really intoxicating. And when we went to there, normally people we stay away from them, visitors or anybody. Those children, they would like to be hugged. That they lack that. So since we were not hugging, they were hugging each other and jumping. It's very, very emotional journey. So this is what the joy of giving comes across. In fact, what I was talking about, the gratitude for the society, what made me give back. So yesterday I was talking to a group of people. I mean, a district in Singapore, and Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia, and these countries. So I was talking about our own heroes who has made it big. Shah Rukh Khan, who came from Delhi as nobody to Mumbai, he's a Bollywood Badshah. But I was going through what are the charities he had done. He must be, I think, raking in money. And I was just checking out what is the donations he's made, what is the thing. I was not getting clarity. It's going round and round and round and round. And our own man, Rajnikant, who came here, went from Bangalore as a bus conductor to Chennai. We're very, very happy that he has made such a big man. And he was given a rebirth in Singapore when he had a stomach. He was reborn. After that, Kabali came, he made it big again. He's raking in. I don't know how much he has done. He's given back to Singapore in the form of thanksgiving. I don't know, but I checked up that he does a lot of charities. And I always, very simple question: could these people have become big if the public were not to buy their tickets for the movie? Okay, they release their movie either in Chambal forest or Satyamangalam forest. Can they become so rich? They are rich. They made big because every member of the public went and bought the ticket. They made it big. I think it should be a way of giving back before we are no more. The same thing I was talking to somebody about Jayalalitha. Jayalalitha, she's one of the very, very good administrator, very good leader, and a charismatic leader. I used to admire. But the kind of money she amassed, and I heard that she had about 4,000 to 5,000 footwear, very, very expensive footwear. But ultimately, she sat. She was, and the last day she was wearing a hospital rubber footwear on a wheelchair. She couldn't use any of those expensive footwear. And when she died, she could not take one rupee also. But now the entire Tamil Nadu courts are fighting with all the siblings, claiming to be sibling children about the kind of wealth she had left behind, and it's chaos. And Shashikala is, I think, still in the jail. So this is exactly, I mean, what I disturbed me. Either Pramod Mahajan also, such a big leader. We thought he'll become a prime minister one day. We are fortunate. We have a beautiful, very wonderful prime minister in Modi. But Pramod Mahajan, what happened? He's such a big leader coming up, so much of wealth, and he was shot 2 minutes. And his son is a drug addict. He doesn't even know where the money is, where all the money is kept. So when you don't donate when you're alive, is what I talk about, giving while living. So when you don't, and I always say that this is the time for us to share. COVID has taught us a lesson. COVID has taught us a lesson. Nobody is permanent. That is exactly when I address, I never say the all Zoom address. I only say dignitaries of the dais. I never said dignitaries on the dais because dais itself has disappeared from this world. COVID has removed dais from the world. So this has shown that life is so uncertain, life is so fickle, and when we are alive, we should share and make this world a beautiful place. And also, I always say that I always talk about, we always talk about corporate social responsibility, uh, and I also talk about community social responsibility. That's where Rotary comes in. As a community, we take up responsibilities. We address certain things which is lacking. We try to support, bring in happiness to the less fortunate. More than this is community. As a club, we are doing it. Rotary as a club is doing, Rotary as an institute is doing it. But when it comes to individual, ask your conscious, I always talk about ISR. ISR is more valuable, more precious than corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility is done with a fear. The government will put you behind bars if you don't do CSR. So much. It's a law. But ISR, it comes from within. That's individual social responsibility. Each individual, every benefit he has taken from the society, I think we're responsible to do something toward the society if we call ourselves as dignified, or educated, or cultured human beings. And this is what I think makes a person. Always, I want to end this with this quote, because after I donated, always you all know that all the leaders talk about you give more, you will get more. I used to get irritated with that. But after I gave this during my term as the president of Rotary Bangalore Orchard, I used to deal with, I run a small real estate firm, 60 to 70 acres. Now, last 2 years, it has gone up to 600 acres of turnover. I think it is with the blessings of all the less fortunate. So that has made me decide that I want to work harder, work more, earn more, and give more. I want to do that because there's a small saying: when a child is born, the entire family, all around the people, they're all laughing, they're all with joy. The child will be crying. It is a natural process, the child cries. But the successful life is where when you die, you should be smiling, people should be laughing. People should be crying, and you should be laughing. I feel this small, I think, journey of life from birth to death, I think it defines, it's in your own hand, and what you can do, how you want to do your journey in life. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I was not prepared. It is just a fish fash of what all was happened. It was more like a chatting with friends. Any questions I can
Thank
answer?
you. Yeah. Thank you, Rotarian. Before I open the floor for questions, I welcome Tirumurugan, who's our guest, we can see in the gallery view.
you. Thank you, President.
Yeah, we were nurturing a lot of joint projects, Tirumurugan, with Rotarian Ravi Shankar. Maybe you should take it up offline along with our past president, D. Venkatesh. Yeah, now I
Thank you,
open.
sir. Surely, yeah. Surely
Yeah.
we'll do that.
Yeah, I'll open the floor
Tirumurugan
for-
sir, thank you very much for being there. He is my inspiration. Tirumurugan sir is my inspiration because we are traveling tomorrow again early morning. He is leading us in tree plantation, Rotary Kotinati. We are a small group of people. We started this, Tirumurugan, Neil Michael Joseph, and myself, and with the IS officer, retired IS officer, Amar Narayana, and we get along very well. Thank you, Tirumurugan sir, for being there.
Yeah, Ravi sir, a small correction.
Yes.
It was during your term you
Yeah.
initiated Rotary Kotinati, and I followed it up that year along with you, trying to support you as much as possible. So it's fortified into a nice teamwork.
So
group. Let's continue.
Rotary never talks out one person, sir. It's always teamwork. It's all a joint pleasure and joint effort, sir. I firmly believe in that. You can't achieve anything alone.
Nice. Yeah. Now, any questions,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, Mr. Ravi Shankar, I don't know if you
Yes.
recall, I had the
Yes, I
pleasure of,
remember.
yeah,
Bangalore Club, the Bangalore Club.
yeah,
Yes, and
I
you took a
interviewed you.
selfie. You took
Yeah.
a selfie also,
Yeah.
and you have a nice paint. You have a nice painting behind you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, just to go forward, we have heard about all that you've had the opportunity when in Rotary to be
Yes.
able to uh, be so generous in terms of all that you have done so far. Just wanted to know that prior to that,
Yes, sir.
was it the kind of feeling that you had right through, or is it that something happened when you joined Rotary and then is when your journey towards giving started?
Sir, to tell you frankly, I lost my father when I was in fourth standard. I fell into a bad company, and I didn't have money to pay for the. I studied in government school, Baswangudi government school, and I could not. The monthly fees for two rupees per month, I couldn't pay that also because we were a big family of 7 children and 4 dogs, so 11 of us, and so I was thrown out of the school many times. And once I could go also, but I didn't have money to have a haircut. I was thrown out because I didn't have haircut. I was looking shabby. Not that I look anything better now. So when that is the kind of thing, and I also got into bad company. Started selling tickets, movie tickets in black, like Rajesh Khanna's, Dharmender's, Shammi Kapoor's movies, and Rajkumar movies in Kempegowda Theatre, Kempegowda Road, everywhere. I used to make money, but though I was a bad character in this way, like I didn't have a father to guide me. I didn't have nobody to tell me what is right, what is wrong. I was a wrong child, and my mother was busy trying to provide for food for us. She was highly ethical and with a strong character lady, but she was not educated enough to get a job. She was managing them without 100 rupees in the bank. So with this kind of a thing, I got into a bad habit. So with that, the society didn't treat me badly. When I used to be hungry, I used to go to neighbor's house and ring the bell and ask them with all the innocence, not with any malice or any smartness. I used to go and ring the bell and ask them, can you give me something to eat? I'm hungry. Nobody refused. They treated me, and they never treated me like I was a bad fellow. I used to break window panes. I used to rob mangoes. I used to rob guavas in the neighborhood. No guava used to be there, and jackfruits overnight. So I used to run a gang, but nobody no treated me badly. See, look at the beauty. I was a bad guy, but society treated me good. That means you can convert bad people to good people with love. That is exactly what society did for me. And now, as a very what is a satirical, how I have taken a project recently that I'm doing in Goa. It's in Goa Central Jail with PDG Dr. Johnson. See, we are building a vocational institute inside the Goa Central Jail. We are calling that as a reform center. What a reform center is, when you enter the jail, you are entering the jail with only one talent, that is crime. Only criminals enter the jail. The talent they only talent they have is crime. We want them to enter jail as criminals, go out as a respectable human beings, because they would have left their talent of crime behind. They would have picked up a new talent of a life skill and go out and live a respectable citizen. This we are doing, sir. This is, I think, last I think 2 months I've been working on it, and Johnson is doing fine tuning it. Another month or two, that will be off. That is again as a payment towards my own life. This is one of the example. And from childhood, I never wanted to amass wealth for myself. My children I'm blessed with the children. And when my wife asked my eldest daughter, Ekta, when are you coming? She's in Melbourne. She went for a master's degree, and she's working there. So she said, I don't know whether I'm coming back or not, because the way this Indian democratic fabric is being torn every day, like Hindutva, this and that. I don't know, because youths are beyond that. They're very, very cosmopolitan. I don't know. So my wife, Paula, so she said, what will happen to the house? We have built a house with a lot of difficulty, taking loans from the bank and all that. And she said, I was just watching, I was just having breakfast. She said, I may sell it. I said, I'll sell it, she said. No, I was wondering, I was a little shocked. I said, Ekta, you want to sell it? What do you do with the money? I thought she'll go for a cruise or spend that money and things like that. She said, Nana, she calls me Nana in Telugu. Nana means father. She said, I'll build schools in Kashmir Valley, because the kids are suffering there. Elders are busy fighting, kids are suffering. And in my talk everywhere, I always say that I want to build schools in Lahore in Pakistan, which I'm going to do. So, and you always talk about Pakistani children, and here are in Kashmir Valley, they're all suffering. The kids are suffering, and I want to build schools there. I was very, very touched. I'm glad that it's in the genes. My father gave away all the land to Bhutan movement, and I want to pay back to the society. Any amount I pay, I committed for 85%. Even if you give away 100% also, I will not be satisfied, because I cannot repay the kind of love I received from the society, even if I gave 100%. That's why I said I'm going to earn more, work harder, earn more and donate more. Did I answer this, sir? Did I answer the question properly? Sudhakar?
Very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Rotarian Ravi Shankar, I wanted to know this joint venture with Shri Ravi Shankar and Rotarian Ravi Shankar.
Sir, Tirumurugan sir, he's the right man. He's the captain for us.
Oh, okay.
Tirumurugan sir.
Yes,
I'm
listening.
Yeah, well, you answered that question.
Yeah, President, it is like this. When 2 years back, when these projects titled or themed as the year of giving back, altered a little bit in my life too, the way of thinking and the thought process. So when he wanted to do this tree plantation, there was a retired IAS officer who was guiding us how to implement all the government programs properly and efficiently and effectively to the rural community. And then as the journey started to roll out, there were multiple other things also which got added. Exploring how we can rejuvenate water bodies. Because one of the incident that happened when we were conducting seminars and workshops in Kolar and Chikbalapur, we kept telling the farmers, plant more trees. The more vegetation we develop in our part of the country, we'll have better rains, because Kolar and Chikbalapur and Tumkur, which are abutting districts to Bangalore, are always declared as drought-prone districts for now more than a decade. Some of the farming community women leaders who had come, they always used to get into a huddle and discuss. And then I was very inquisitive, and then I penetrated and requested them to come out and speak openly. They said, we get few days of rains in Chikbalapur and Kolar, and then the rest of the time there is no rains. We don't even have water to cook and have bath. And they went to the extent of saying, the women folks, that when we have our monthly menstrual periods, we don't have water to have bath and clean ourselves and keep ourselves clean. And you people are going on hammer and tongs telling us to plant trees so that rains come. When will the rain come? When will the trees grow? Give us some solution right now. Along with planting trees, give us some solution for even water. So that was a what do you say?
Eye opener.
Yeah, eye opener, and it was a slap on our face, because we were looking at one aspect, whereas there is another aspect also to the same project. So then we started exploring how we can rejuvenate water bodies, rivers, brooks, nearby rivulets, and things like that. So we started exploring who are the people with whom we can partner. So in that journey, we went up to our nearest organization, which was working in the river rejuvenation aspects. AOL, Art of Living, was working on that. And then Isha Foundation was also working on the Kaveri Wash River Basin, which you all know is the Kaveri Calling Project. So we reached out to both these organizations, and that's how Sadhguru came and participated in one of our ICGFs and officially launched the Rotary Kotinati program on the 1st of June. So that is the connection. So we continually pursued the collaboration aspect, and finally something is now fructifying. We'll be on one end, Isha is working on Kaveri Basin on the western parts of Karnataka. On the eastern parts of Karnataka is River Palar, which also flows into multiple states. It originates in Karnataka, goes into Andhra Pradesh, and goes into Tamil Nadu finally. So very soon we'll be announcing this project, maybe in a matter of next few days, how we are going to start off rejuvenating the major river Palar from Chintamani Taluk. That is the connection. Yes. It is basically pursuit to provide what people want.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Very nice initiative. Any questions on
I'd like
afforestation?
to.
Tirumurugan, you're an afforestation expert.
Not really, sir.
And how we
Sir,
can
whoever
integrate.
said that? How we can integrate?
No, this is our current afforestation project which we have here, which is a small initiative we've started with this NGO called Myrada, one of our past presidents, Padma Shri Al Fernandez, who runs that NGO. We planted about 1,000 trees and close to Kolar,
Malur.
in Hoskote.
Malur, if I'm right, it's near Malur.
Exactly.
Tomorrow we are going there.
You're going. Wonderful. So, fortunately, we were fortunate to get about 3,000. 3-year-old plants. So now we're already a year old now, so they're all able to stand up on their own, and little less protection is required. So we have a godfather in Padma Shri Al Fernandez, who was also our past president. Maybe sometime we should connect up with him.
I've been really waiting, sir, for now many months, almost 9 months now, to meet past President Al Fernandez. We should do that, sir.
Yeah, definitely. We have one more project, Rotarian Ravi Shankar,
yes,
which is very close to our hearts. We started this project. Details can be given by Rotarian, our past president D. Venkatesh. It was a project which came straight from our heart to help children. It's a free school which we run in Lingarajpuram. Maybe if you can elaborate that. This project is very close to our hearts, and we want to see how we can joint venture with other schools to get this off the ground and make sure that it is able to become a sustainable project.
It's not working now? Is it
Yeah, it's working, Ravi Shankar. It's only now because of the COVID, it's a preschool. It's a preschool. But I think I'll talk to you separately on this. Maybe because now I think we've run out of time.
Yeah.
But I had one question to ask you, Ravi Shankar. One question.
Yes.
When you took this decision to donate this 100 crores.
Yes.
Now, all of us, this is a real astronomical figure.
Okay.
Now, I was just curious to know, what is it which motivated you, or, how did you take this decision that you should give away such a heavy amount?
I think I explained the same thing in detail to Sudhakar's question.
I did. For some time, I was not there, maybe. Okay.
I'll meet you later. We'll meet personally.
Okay.
And talk.
Fine.
Yeah. It's my obligation towards the society. It's my indebtedness towards the society for all the favors I received. And I know that very clearly that there's a clarity of mind in my, and there's a purity of heart, because I know that I cannot take any money from here when I die. And if I make more wealth than required, the children will go astray. They don't know the value of it. We brought them beautifully because we brought them as middle class children with more values and less money. So I don't need this money. That 85% is I don't need. 15% is more than enough. We can't eat more than 2 meals a day. In fact, if I have time, 2 minutes, I'll tell you what happened in Jodhpur.
May I take the permission of the general body to extend?
No problem.
Absolutely, no problem. Go ahead. Please go ahead, sir.
So, in fact, I was invited to address. I was chief guest at the Jodhpur district, where I was asked to address for the district conference. So when I went, I was one day before. Even our TRF chair, Ravindran, was also there with his wife, Vanti. And I had gone there, and evening, one day before the conference. And I went there, it was very cold. and one gentleman came. He was wearing the Chinese, that's called Jodhpuri collar. And he said, Aap Ravi Shankar hai? I said, हाँ sir. It was very, very cold, chilly weather. He said, मैं जयपुर से आया हूँ आपसे मिलने के लिए. I said, बताइए सब क्या है? So मैं PDG हूँ. Srivatsa or somebody said those. I said, बताइए सब. नहीं आपको क्या हो गया था? Then I said, मतलब? I said, नहीं नहीं आपको क्या हो गया था? क्या हो आपको आप एक काम ये कर दिया आपने क्या हो गया था आपको? He was talking as if I dealt I got some dreaded disease or I done some unwanted thing or something which is shameful. I don't know whatever he meant. Very nice gentleman, elderly man, about around 75, 80 years. Then meanwhile they called me up on the stage. Sir, you have to honor the people who have come, who has donated after you are donated. So I went up. One couple, I was very much impressed. One couple, the husband wife, they were actually poor farmers. They gave away the entire crop of that year yield. The entire crop, the amount is given for a donation. I was really touched with them. I touched their feet. Then like that. So this gentleman was sitting there. I said, I asked him, sir, I forgot your name because I'm not very good in North Indian names. आपका शुभ नाम क्या है? He said, PDG Srivatsa. हाँ जी, आप खाने के लिए क्या खाते हैं? I said, in my broken Hindi. He was little upset. He said, मतलब? I said, मैं South Indian हूँ, मैं चावल खाता हूँ खाने के लिए. आप क्या खाता है? मैं खाते हैं. He said, रोटी खा लेता हूँ. I said, कितना रोटी खाते हैं आप? He was little, because such a big crowd, and PDG Ravindra is there, their DGs are there, PDGs are there. He's sitting in the front row, such a big man with, the bandgala with pearls in that. I'm the choti fellow sitting there, buddy, some torn jeans, standing and asking questions. What are you eating? How much do you eat? And other. Even his wife wouldn't have asked him. I said, 2 रोटियां खा लेता हूँ. आज कभी कभी 2.5 खा लेता हूँ. अच्छा ठीक है सब. घर में 10 रोटी बन गए. तो आप 2.5 खा लिए, 3 ही खा लिए समझिए. और बाकी क्या करते हैं? क्या करता हूँ? बांट देता हूँ. ऐसा मैं भी वही किया ना सब. जो चाहिए मेरा पास रख लिया, बाकी जो एक्स्ट्रा है किसी के काम ने वो बांट दिया ना सब. वही किया मैं. तो क्या बोल रहे हैं इसके बारे में? So like this, what you don't need belongs to society. It's very simple, sir, life. We always try to fool people by talking philosophy, this insecurity. I want to take care of my grandchildren, great grandchildren, nothing doing. They can take care of themselves. And what is not required for you, you should ask your own conscience. That should belong to society. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Excellent. Fantastic. While I will try and see if I can, close the official meeting, people can stay on, continue to have an informal chat. It is a very, very rare occasion for us to have such a wonderful person who has really taught the value of life. Not many speakers come to teach us the value of life and value of giving and value of earning, value of sharing. I think this is a phenomenal thing. Let me close the meeting, but let me call Rohit was supposed to come for the to propose the vote of thanks, right?
Venkat.
Oh, Venkat. Yeah. Venkat is coming in to propose. Is Venkat there? Because I'm not able to see my phone.
Yes, he's here.
Yeah,
Yes,
Venkat,
thank you.
invite Rotarian Venkat to propose the vote of thanks, formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, President. I think I'm really privileged to be proposing the vote of thanks today. Firstly, I would like to thank Rotarian Tirumurugan for also being here and sharing his experiences and a few anecdotes from how the Kotinati project got started. Thank you, Rotarian Tirumurugan.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, RCBC. Thank you, Venkat.
And it's really a privilege to be proposing the vote of thanks to Rotarian Ravi Shankar Dakoju, because we've heard of philanthropists, and it's more like folklore. We've heard about great donors who have donated, who have contributed to the society way beyond any expectations. I think we have a live example. We have a living example within us, within the Bangalore district. And I think he's not just our pride, but he is probably the pride of the entire Rotary International. Some wonderful anecdotes that he shared. And I think some of the key takeaways that I could capture was that giving is not a one-time activity, but it's a journey. So it will evolve. And I would only like to assure him that all of us are on that journey, and we are even more inspired today after your talk. Giving while living. I think it's a wonderful mantra that all of us have to really internalize, because when you've gone, you don't know what's happened with whatever you could have actually done. So giving while living, I think is something that all of us have to keep remembering and continuing for the rest of our lives. The last one was ISR. So CSR, of course, is by force, and there are a lot of organizations also that do it voluntarily. But more than CSR, I think the value to a contribution comes when it is an ISR. So each of us as individuals, we have a social responsibility, and that's why we are all here as Rotarians. And I think we're very fortunate to have somebody who is all heart. I think he has more hearts than cells in his body. So somebody with such a massive heart coming and speaking with us today, I think has just inspired us even more. With that, I would like to thank him profusely again, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Venkat. Very well articulated vote of thanks. May I bring the 22nd meeting of Rotary Cantonment to a close. Thank you. Please continue with informal discussions as long as you want. Thank you.
I don't think he has the time.
We ask you a few questions. Go ahead, Venkatesh, Devi.
No, I am finished. Thanks. I'll talk to Ravi Shankar separately.
It looks like Rotarian Ravi Shankar has left. I can only see about 6 participants.